Hi, welcome to HeKate's Crossing. Okay, we're on our third part of Oracle decks. Okay, some of these decks have come without boxes. They may have come in boxes that are just not suitable for me to, store the cards if I'm going to be using them quite a lot. So I want to put them into bags of some sort, whether it's organza bags, bags I've made, whether it's piggy bags, or bags that have come specifically with the deck. Okay, all sorts. Okay, so let's put these aside to so we can actually go through them. Some have come in tuck boxes, just in different ways that they might arrive. Now, I want to go through first, my first selection of Oracle decks that I sort of want to really sort of look at, basically to start with, is the decks that are created by Justine from Hand Me That Pencil. Okay, now all her decks come with books that you can either print out or get printed. Example, this is just the Mama Young one, and I just printed this out really quick just so I had a bit of a guidebook, just so I could work out what each of the ones are. So let's begin with this one. This is sort of one of the Oracle decks that is quite good for, I find, for myself, just where am I at this time, what do I need to look at in regards to my archetype, etc. So these are beautiful imagery. Each image has got quite a lot of information in it if you want to sort of get into a bit more of an oracle. But when you want to work with the archetype, I think the guidebook or the information that is available from Hand Me That Pencil from her website, and you can download when you buy the book, you can download the free guide. When you purchase the decks, you can then download the free books, which are really good. And she puts a lot of effort into. Justine puts a lot of effort into them. They're amazing. So this is an archetype, a very feminine archetype deck with what's going on. So I really think this is just a brilliant deck with, if you're wanting to work with archetypes on a feminine aspect. Okay, so this is quite good. I find this quite deep for myself for personal work. I mean, I have used it in readings and it has been interesting. But yeah, you can see a really quick image there and how they'll work, and the cards that you can work with. So for me, it's about choosing a card, or two cards might flip out. So what you do is look up number 23 here and 9. So let's look at 23. Oops. I need to number these too. That's the other thing that I haven't done, because I sort of printed this out so quickly, and I'm just sort of having a bit of a look-see here. The gambler. So this one here is about the gambler. So that's about taking a risk. And so you can have a look and see a roll of the dice, spin of the wheel, hard dealt. So it just goes on. You can just sort of read a bit more. And so you just go through and have a look. Just numbered it there. So, oh, the rebel card. So here you've got gambler and a rebel. So it's about working out what does that mean for you personally when you're thinking about gambling and you're thinking about being a rebel. And I think that's about just connecting with this deck. It's still something I still need to sort of maybe work through on a bit more to have a look. I mean, you can go through and you can have a look that she's got her own path to travel. There does seem to be a sense of a dog, a loyalty here. There does seem to be justice here. So maybe it's a sense of taming the wildness from within, being loyal to oneself. And here you've got the gambler with dice and jackpot and cards and things like that. So they're always taking a risk and could be unnecessary in life. So that's that one there, Mama Young. Okay, so I really want to sort of explore that a little bit more. Now, another oracle deck from Justine, which is one of the first ones I got, was Songs of My Heart. This is New Zealand, of course, imagery with the woman, lots of different diversity, lots of different hair colours, lots of different ages, colour of people. I mean, it's just all sorts coming through, and it's just... it has a sentence on it. I explore new ideas, like an affirmation, and then a little bit about willingly committing to changing my old patterns, etc. So it just sort of goes through. I'm not sort of going into too much detail with this. You'll have seen a walkthrough. You've seen me used it in my lives. It is a beautiful card, beautiful deck. So all very, very diverse, very New Zealand themed, very feminine. It's just a very gorgeous deck completely. So yeah, that's Songs of My Heart. Can be used in many ways. Again, 1 card, 2 cards, 3 cards, whatever. You can do a large reading with it, depending on whatever you want to do. Remember, when you get an oracle deck, it's up to you really how you use it. Okay, this is the Learning to Witch and the Ritual oracle that Justine created. So really beautiful imagery. Again, you've got that really sort of softness about the deck. Or there's sort of a lot of knowledge in the deck. Certainly a lot of bits and pieces coming through. Crystals, tools, plants, etc. But she's actually changed the backs on her decks now with dragonflies, which are beautiful, which are absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, you can look through these decks on her website, on her Etsy store, of course. Now, the other deck I've got of Justine's is the Naked Truth. Again, beautiful, diverse sort of deck. It does have a lot of people in different poses, different aspects, different diversity. You've got the Beloved with 2 women on it. There's Beloved with a man and a woman, and then there's a Beloved with 2 men on it. The trapped card is a guy being trapped, which is, you know, which is not something you would normally see in a card. So she's really done a really good job. Unite, sacred. I mean, there's a lot of different body and colours, and you know, body sizes and colours and all sorts of different aspects. So I think it is really beautifully done. Again, she's got a lot with the some symbols on the cards. You've got the potion, the little potion at the bottom, which is quite beautifully done. So yeah, another gorgeous deck, which, see, there's your Beloved. So this one really leads itself to having a moment, having a thing to be read just as 1 card, 2 card, 3 card, or a full card, you know, 10 card reading if you really wanted to. I think it's a beautiful deck to work with. So that is Justine's from Hand Me That Pencil. That's some of her decks. Now they all have books that you can download or get printed off if you want to. It just makes them a little bit cheaper when sending through. Now another deck which I think is quite cool is the Sibyl's Oraculum, however you like to say it. Now this actually comes with 4, it's actually split into 4 suits, which you can use. let me just get a copper one there. So here you have the 4 colours. You've got the black, the copper, and then you have the cold and the hot active cards. So there you've got 4 aspects to it. Now you can use them like that. You can use them, I just sometimes will just shuffle them all together and just choose one card. Now this, to me, the book is invaluable. This is the same creator that did the Hoodoo Tarot. So I think the book is absolutely valuable. It's got a lot of information, key symbols, mythological association and commentary with questions to consider. So this is definitely a book that you want to explore with the deck, even when you're working with a client. I think it's going to enable them to get the information that they need that's going to be beneficial to their journey. So Sibyllus Orachalum is definitely a deck to explore. Now, one deck I do have here in the Animal Oracle is Creature Teachers. Now, I may not have all the cards, I'm not sure. I certainly don't have the guidebooks. I don't know where it's disappeared to. One of my kids, this was actually my daughter's deck that I'd got for her. She passed it on to her younger sister, and then I eventually got the cards back after going through a toy box, but I'm not sure whether I got all the cards, and I definitely don't have the guidebook. But I use this affirmations, but I use them very symbolically. So things like, I am courageous. So this is a reminder about being strong and having the courage to do what's important. I share. So this is a reminder to share. Maybe you're sharing too much of yourself, or maybe this is a reminder to share, which is quite important. I accept help. So maybe you need to accept help from others. So you can use this any way you want. Use this as a one card. Maybe you could do this as multiple readings, totally depending on how you feel. Maybe you can learn a little bit more about each animal and start to sort of understand, you talk about possums being sort of a night animal. So maybe you think, oh, so maybe this is something to do with nights. It could be really important. Maybe this is, maybe you're dealing with something to do with sleeping. Could be really important. Maybe you're finding yourself being awake, having a bit of insomnia at night. Could be part of the process. You can sort of develop a little bit more with the animal cards in that process as well. Okay, so let's dive a little deeper. Here we have another New Zealand deck, and this is Waroa Whakatanina. Whakatanina. Okay, so it's Manifest Spirit. So this is animals and plants, flowers and trees. So here we have really, really simple. Does have a keyword at the bottom, which is really cool. Again, the guidebook's going to offer you so much more. So I really want to push that when you have the ability to use a guidebook, definitely use it if you wish to get a little deeper. Otherwise, just use really, really quick messages. Say you just want something really quick. What do I need to focus on today? So you just go, okay, what do I need to focus on today? So let's pull 3 cards. Here I've got understanding. Here I've got observer. So maybe I need to observe so that I can understand what's actually going on, so that I can actually speak clearly, and so I can actually speak what I need to speak. Maybe I need to say what I need to say. So part of that is maybe observing what others think, what others are doing, whatever, so I can understand exactly what's going on. So really quick message without going deep. If I want to know a bit more, I'm going to go into the guidebook. So yeah, just really quick way to look at this. Okay, so the next one I want to look at is the Echoes of Nature. Of course, I know this is no longer available, but you can do this with any sort of oracle deck here. Tarot Oracle, the creator, has got a number. He's got the word keyword. You've got your image, and he does have a the zodiac signs with it too, so it can be a bit of a zodiac deck if that's what you want to, if you want to study and do a bit more. Again, I've got the ebook on my computer, and I can go through, print it out, or go through and have a look and study the cards if I wanted to go a bit more. For my own personal thing, I like to use these just really, really quick readings, just really quick messages from the keywords. weeds and flowers, beauty, saving for winter, and thinking, what does that actually mean to me? What does beauty mean? What does looking to the future actually mean? What does your personal power mean? What does gathering inspiration mean to me? So I go through and write up my own thoughts, my own personal things. You know, what can I see in the images? What do the animals speak to me? What are the nature pictures speak to me? You know, this is about a river flowing. So maybe I'm feeling like my emotions are flowing in the situation. Even though the keyword says gathering inspiration, could be to do with the water. So yeah, I think it's really about looking at the cards, diving deep, spending some time, just writing up your own thoughts, your own insights. Okay, one of the decks that I think has fantastic guidebook and definitely recommend is the Crystal Alley cards. Beautifully cards. They're split into 5 suits, basically, your elements, with your spirit, your storm, your wind, water, fire, and earth. So I think these are beautifully done. Again, a card tells you a little bit with the element, you know what element it is. So that's your fire element, that's your water, that's your storm, that's your wind, and that's your earth. So you do have an idea of what your elements are. You've got your idea of a keyword, and your crystal, the image tells you a little bit. But to know more about affirmations and maybe why the crystal's calling on you, definitely the guidebook is of value. Definitely use the guidebook in regards to working with these cards. And there's many ways that you can work with these, with chakra healing, with a message for today, maybe an overall, maybe you need to choose 2 or 3 cards. I mean, they're amazing what you can do with that deck. Okay, got Journey to the Goddess Realm. Again, you've got a goddess and then you have a keyword, which is great, which makes it really, really easy. The imagery, you know, if you want a quick message. Again, if you want something more in deep, you're going to learn a little bit more about the goddess, and you're going to go to the guidebook for more information. And I think that's what's so beautiful about these decks. Each card, or this deck in particular, the card has a lot of imagery in it. But the book is excellent for just really brief information. Of course, if you want to do more research on a goddess, I suggest to go and have a look. This one here is a affirmation type deck I got given years ago. No idea. I haven't got a book or anything with it. It just has the affirmation and everything on the front. Example, like number 12 is believing in my goals. Today I will not let so-called obstacles block my path from achieving my goals. When doubts and fears arise, I remind myself. So it goes on, and then it goes, today I act as if it is impossible to fail. If I can visualize it, I can do it, basically. So there's a whole lot more information. There's a whole lot of different ones here, as you can sort of see. Being unique, changing my attitude, awareness of my thoughts, dwelling on my strengths, choosing love and peace, etc., etc. So this is a great little deck if you just want something, you know, a 1-card reading. Okay, Santa Muerte Oracle. Always use the deck. Use the book for this. It comes in its, I've brought its bag. Comes with a book, which is definitely Advice of the Dead and description of the card and everything. Really well done, because the imagery just has the number on it. You could use it like like just with the imagery if you wanted to, and just sort of connect with the imagery. But I think the guidebook does have a wealth of information in it, which is really, really helpful. Again, I think this is a deck that you really need to spend some quality time with, really get to know and understand. I think it takes a little bit longer than maybe some decks, and shorter than others. So yeah, I think it's just so personal. Again, you've got another oracle deck that's split into groups that can be used. You've got your planets, you've got your houses, you've got your alchemical processes, you've got your sun signs. So really beautiful, beautiful deck. It's got quite a lot of information. You can do one card, two. You can do one from each section. You can separate them. You can do whatever you like. The guidebook again is really, really helpful with a lot of stuff, a lot of information in there. So I definitely think this is a book to use when working with this deck, especially when you're working for yourself. If you're doing it with clients, I think the client can appreciate when you're working with different decks. Then you've got decks like this, which are just keywords on them. So joyful times, learning and training. So I use this with other decks. This is not a deck that I would normally use on its own, but definitely with others, choosing one card and then being able to use it with other decks to clarify. So this one is called the Higher Love Soul Links Oracle Cards. Did I say that was Celestial Compendium? Sorry. This is Higher Love Soul Link Oracle Cards. Again, I just feel like they're more of choosing one card and then using it with other decks to get some more information. Okay, so let's have a look at Ambica Waters, her Angel deck, Angel Oracle deck. Again, you've just got the angel up the top here, and you've got a little message underneath, and you do have some symbols and things in the imagery. Again, the guidebook is valuable to working with this deck and discovering a little bit more. Don't memorize it. You don't need to memorize. Just have a look at it, have a read, have an understanding, and use the deck, use the book when you need to. I mean, that's the good thing I love about Oracle. It's not like a set tarot deck where you have to really memorize all the meaning. You know, you have an understanding of how the cards go together and how to read tarot. I think this has a little bit more flexibility in it. So here we have the last of my sort of Oracle decks, and it's actually a Jinjitsu, practicing the art of self-healing. And this one is about, has lots of different aspects of the Jinjitsu, and at the bottom of each card has a little bit of an affirmation like I live my creativity. Life has changed. I learn to live by creativity. So yeah, I think this is a really great deck for learning about Jinjitsu, self-healing, but it also has the affirmations, which are really great to work with daily. So really quick, a few aspects, the few decks that I have that are bagged. If you want to see anything a bit further, or you want to know a bit more about something, or I'm going to sort of go on a bit further and about how I use oracles. You may have seen some of my videos in regards to pairing, you know, decks that I've paired, tarot and oracle, how I've mixed them and things like that. There's some ways that I've used them, definitely in past videos, but I just wanted to sort of show you my whole oracle deck collection in 3 parts. So that's it from me. Thanks for being with HeKate's Crossing. Don't forget to check the link below. Check the link on my channel. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and ring that bell so you know when the next video will be uploaded. Take care and blessed be.